video has very bad audio and video quality. Please don't dislike or unsubscribe because of the audio and or video quality. My video recording software was kind of freaking out, so anyone who works for Sorry, please try to get that fixed because it annoys me so much. I tried everything but nothing works. Thanks for liking the video and I'll see you guys later. By the way, I couldn't have a proper intro, so sorry. Bye!
What in the living daylights is going on, guys? It's your boy Watty the Dirt Road signing in here from Watt Associations, and welcome to another video. This video will be kickstarting a new series in which I will be teaching you how to use a program called Scratch. Scratch is basically a program that allows you to make codes, animations, games, such the like. And it's one of my favorite programs that I use to allow me to like animate my videos. If you remember, a while back I made a series called Friday Burns.
You mad, bro? Oh dear.
This is what I use to make the videos. So let's get right into it. So first of all, I'm going to tell you the layout of Scratch, because like you'll be like, what does all of this mean? I'm new to this. So I'm just going to tell you about the layout. So first of all, we have the stage. Now the stage is this box over here that outlines here, and it's basically where all of your coding happens, and it's where you can view your project and all of that stuff. Down here you have your sprites area where all of your characters will be shown. We call the characters sprites in Scratch. Here is your backdrops area or background area where you can see all of your backgrounds, and they're in this tab here. We call these tabs. In this area, this is the script area where you do all of your coding and where you can view the actual code, not the end result but the actual code you can view here. These are the blocks which you can use to drag and drop them out to the script area to make the code work. Each of these different tabs have their different each of these different tabs have their corresponding blocks to that tab. We'll go into each one in a future video. Up here you have the tabs. This is the costumes tab where you can view how your sprite looks. This is the sounds tab where you can see the sounds obviously. And the scripts, this is where all of your coding is shown. Up here you have the menu bar with all of your default functions you will find in a normal program. You have the view buttons here which allows you to go full screen and out of full screen. You have the execution buttons which allows your project to start and stop. So let's get started. So the aim of this video, by the end of this video, I want to have taught you how to make this cat in the middle of the stage right here walk across the screen with a background. So to start, we'd want to drag out, go to motion if you're not already in it, and drag out the move 10 steps block into the script area. And click it, and as you can see, the sprite moves exactly 10 pixels to the direction it is pointing in. Now, we wouldn't want to be clicking it all the time because that would just go into every single character and clicking it to make it want to do. We want things to flow naturally. So to do this, we go into Control and drag out a forever loop. And if you click it, it moves 10 pixels forever in the direction it's pointing in. Now we want to make this move left and right, not just in one direction, because if you drag it out, it's still gonna be moving to the right. So let's let it move to the left and the right. So we go into motion because it's moving and stuff. We scroll down and then we drag out a button that says if on edge, bounce. Now this button, what this does is allows it, whenever it hits an edge, it basically points 180 degrees in the opposite direction. So as you can see, it's pointing right now. If we drag the if on edge bounce into the forever loop, it points left and right. But as you can see, when it points left, it kind of flips upside down. So we'd want to fix that, obviously, because we don't want a roly-poly cat. Which cat can roly-poly? I mean, I don't know any cat that can walk on its back or anything. Anyways, so what we'd want to do is bring out the button that says set rotation style, and as you can see, there's a drop down menu here that has left, right, don't rotate, and all around. So basically with the left-right rotation style, that's the one that we're going to be using. So we'll drag it into the forever loop. it only looks to the left and the right, which is 90 degrees and negative 90 degrees. So, sorry. So as you can see, it's only moving to the left and to the right. And we go back into the drop down menu. If you see don't rotate, that means it only looks in the direction defaulted. If we go back to the drop down menu here, if you have the rotation style all around, which is what I was saying before, it rotates all around its center. So we want to put that back to the left and right rotation style. So as you can see, it's moving left and right like a normal cat. But the thing is, if we pause it, and as I said, the execution buttons, the green flag starts the project and the red button stops it. But if we click the green flag, nothing happens. And that's because there isn't anything that tells us to start when the green flag is clicked. So for this, we go into events because it's something that's happening, so event. We drag out the when green flag clicked block, snap that onto the loop, and then when the green flag is clicked, the code should run. Let's see. As you can see, it's 100% worked. Huzzah! So let's just stop that for now. I can't get the mouse. Stop. Alright. So that cat does not look like it's actually walking. It looks like oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay. That cat does not look like it's walking. It's just staying in one position. Now, no one walks like that. I've never seen anyone who walks like that. I guarantee you've never seen anyone who just goes around everywhere like that. So let's go into costumes and see what we have. So we have one costume, which is the one it's in now, and that's basically the stance, just standing up normally. And then we have this costume, which is when it's like in the middle of walking. So what we want to do is let it interchange between the two costumes here. So go back into scripts, go to looks, and scroll down till you see next costume. Drag that out, and what it basically does, if we go back to the costumes tab, however many costumes it has, it goes to the next one, and when it's finished all of the costumes, it goes back to the beginning. So let's go back into the scripts area, drag that into the forever loop, and start the project. And as you can see, it's walking, but it's kind of Usain Bolt speed, flash speed. So let's stop the project because no one jitters about like that. Go into control and drag out a wait 1 second block. What this does, it's literally just self-explanatory. You just wait a second and then it executes the next command. Now if this is in a forever loop, it just loops back to the start if the wait 1 second is at the bottom. So let's start the project again. And as you can see, it's walking, but it's kind of slow, and that's because the wait 1 second is at 1 second. So let's just fix that and set it to a smaller unit. So let's set it to something like 0.2. See, that is now a cat walking normally. That looks pretty normal to me. I mean, if it doesn't look normal to you, then that's your preference. But to me, that looks pretty normal. So as I said at the start of this video, I want a background. So let's go into backdrops. The stage, sorry. Go into the backdrops. This is, by the way, this tab backdrops is exclusive to the stage. And as you can see with the sprites, it has costumes. With the stage, it has backdrops. So let's go ahead and pick a nice color for the... We're basically going to make this look like it's in a sort of... It's just gonna look normal. It's just gonna have a ground here and then the sky and a sun in the top right. Top left, sorry. So this is basically the layout for drawing is pretty much the same as Microsoft Paint, but it's just has a few more features like this one and that one, but it pretty much means the same thing. So the fill, let's just select the fill with color, which is the same thing as Paint Bucket in Microsoft Paint. Go down to where you see this, which is like a rainbow kind of thing, and let's pick a nice color for the sky. I think that would be a nice color. Yeah, that's a nice sky color. So that's our sky. And let's go into the rectangle, and as you can see with the rectangle, it has two special functions. Here's just the size for the outline, but it has two special functions. One of them is to outline the rectangle, and another one is to fill in the rectangle. But we're going to go for the fill in one because we're going to be filling in the ground. Let's pick a nice color for the ground now. Let's go for a nice greenish color. Bring the contrast to about there. And now let's draw our rectangle. So we start at the very edge. It doesn't have to be at the very edge. It can be like a couple of pixels over, but pretty much the very edge. And now we have our ground here. Let's drag the cat to look like it's actually on the ground. And now if we click the green flag, sorry, I don't know my colors. The cat is now moving like a normal person on a ground with a sky. And I did say I wanted a sun, so let's just go back into backdrops and stop the project for a second. Go into circle. The circle is basically the same thing. You outline the circle and fill in the circle. Let's pick a nice color, go back to the rainbow. Let's pick a nice orangey yellow color. That looks like a nice color for a sun. Bring the contrast down a tiny, no, never mind, I don't want to bring no contrast down. Bring it up a hey, out of my way. Bring it up and have it at a nice color, looks nice. Alright, let's I don't know, let's bring the contrast to about a tiny bit. Let's bring it there. Alright, that looks like a nice color. Now let's draw a circle. Now there are a few things I want to tell. Well, there's one thing I want to tell you when you're drawing a circle. There's a precise way to draw a circle, and then there's a really tedious. You can get it precise, but it's really tedious. So the tedious way to do it is to literally measure it up pixel by pixel to see how much the circle is. Now that's the long and boring way, and also that can be used if you want to draw ovals and stuff. But if you want that perfect circle easily, press the wonderful button that the creator of the keyboard gave us called Shift. And as you can see, no matter where my mouse is on the screen, it still draws a perfect circle. So just leave that sun up there, and that should be it. Congratulations! You have created your first project. And I dropped something. You have created your first project. Now, you would want to save this. I'm not going to save it for now. I'm going to save it outside of the video. But to save, go to File. A drop-down menu will come up, and click Save, and then it's just normal if you've ever saved a file before on Windows. So, because I'm using the Windows operating system, you just go to File, drop-down menu, Save, and it will guide you through the process of saving. But I'm going to save it outside of the video, as I said. So let's bring this to full screen and admire it in all its glory. Yes, that looks very, very nice. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video. If it did help, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel for more content. If you didn't enjoy this video, hit the dislike button and let me know why in the comment section down below. Also comment down below what you would like for future videos, but for now, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.